Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock, and tonight, for the first time, we are hearing from the City County Council's Investigative Committee. They're the ones looking into those complaints against members of the Joe Hogsett administration. All of this comes after several people came forward alleging a culture of sexual harassment inside City Hall. Our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick tonight takes a look at the process and the next steps for this unprecedented investigation.
Good evening.
On Tuesday, 7 councilors took their seats for the first meeting of the Council's Investigative Committee, a bipartisan undertaking that got the green light last month. It follows multiple allegations of sexual harassment within City Hall, including accusations against the mayor's former top aide, Thomas Cook. Councilor Krista Carlino was appointed as chair of the committee.
We want to make sure that we take our time, that we're doing our due diligence, and that we aren't rushing to conclusions, and that, due process occurs in any way that it can.
The committee's first task is choosing an outside law firm to conduct the investigation. Councilors were presented 3 options Tuesday, focusing on cost and experience in employment law.
Because at the end of the day, this is a human issue, a people issue, and we want to make sure that is exactly what the expertise of the firm that we contract with has.
The city's director of human resources also laid out the current policies, leaving councilors with a lot of questions. The biggest concern is the fact that the city still doesn't have a fully anonymous reporting tool. The current internal system requires the person to be an employee and enter a login. The city's HR department said they are working to secure a permanent solution, something the committee wants to see done as soon as possible.
My biggest concern right now is to quickly get that third-party vendor stood up so that we have an avenue for anonymous reporting for employees of the city of Indianapolis, past and present.
Currently, the city's HR department continues to investigate 4 complaints of harassment after initially receiving 7 over the summer, one resulting in the firing of a staff administrator. And this committee is set to meet again next Wednesday. That is when councilors will choose and vote on an outside law firm to conduct this investigation. At the City County building, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
And now to rising concerns about a home on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Police tonight investigating 2 homicides there in just 1 month. The latest case, Monday. Someone found a man's decomposing body in the backyard of the house that's on Leland Avenue. That's near 34th and Emerson. Investigators tell us he'd been shot to death. A month earlier, a similar scene, same address. Police tell 13 News they discovered a man shot to death in his truck. Neighbors tell us no one has lived in that house for years. 13 News checked the property records. The home, it turns out, is owned by an LLC with a location based in New York.
I'm sure our community does see that type of instance where there's landholders that may not reside in the state, but that's not illegal, and that's where, again, we ask that if you see individuals on site that shouldn't be there, that you contact the IMPD so we can make sure those individuals are removed and that any action that is necessary is taken.
Now, Metro Police haven't made any arrests in this latest investigation, so if you have any info about what happened there, please reach out to IMPD or you can contact Crime Stoppers. We've got some new information tonight about that massive warehouse fire in Richmond back in 2023. So we just got an update from the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. The cause of the fire tonight ruled undetermined. Investigators believe that big fire started in an area outside a building near the center of the property, but they could not find a source of the blaze. That fire burned for a week. Investigators tell us it did not leave any evidence that could be traced to a potential cause. 13 News reached out to the city for comment, and when we hear back, we'll pass that along to you. Angela?
Scott, we all felt the cooler change arrive this evening. Temperatures for most of the area now in the 50s. We're already down to 58 degrees in Indianapolis. We have 56 in Greencastle, currently 54 in Lafayette, and 59 degrees in Bedford. These temperatures down significantly from this time yesterday, down 10 in Lafayette, down 7 in Indianapolis, and out the door tomorrow morning, 15 to as much as 20 colder than what we had this morning. That will put morning temperatures in the 40s. Scott?
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Tonight, we are now 5 weeks away from the election, and tonight, we get our first chance to see the nominees for vice president on the same stage. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance going toe-to-toe in New York City. NBC's Bree Jackson breaks down the biggest moments from tonight's debate.
Governor, Senator.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance clashing on the debate stage just hours after Iran's strike on Israel put a spotlight on foreign policy.
Israel's ability to be able to defend itself is absolutely fundamental.
Donald Trump actually delivered stability in the world, and he did it by establishing effective deterrence. People were afraid of stepping out of line.
A moment of unity in response to the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene.
Our hearts go out to those innocent people. Our prayers go out to them, and we want as robust and aggressive as a federal response as we can get.
And on the economy,
Kamala Harris has said to do the things she wants to do, we'll just ask the wealthiest to pay their fair share. When you do that, our system works best, more people are participating in it, and folks have the things that they need.
If Kamala Harris has such great plans for how to address middle-class problems, then she ought to do them now, not when asking for a promotion.
Vance turning the focus to a top issue for Republicans, border security.
You've got to stop the bleeding. You've got to re-implement Donald Trump's border policies, build the wall, re-implement deportations.
Donald Trump had 4 years. He had 4 years to do this, and he promised you, America, how easy it would be.
Walz touting Democrats' stance on health care issues in contrast to that of former President Trump.
He brags about how great it was that he put the judges in and overturned Roe versus Wade. 52 years of personal autonomy.
The proper way to handle this, as messy as democracy sometimes is to let voters make these decisions, let the individual states make their abortion policy.
With voting already underway in parts of the country, each campaign is looking to leave a lasting impression in what is likely the final debate. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
We'll have local reaction and analysis of the debate a little later in our newscast. And if you need to register to vote, there's still time for you to do so. So I want to show you the key dates leading up to the election. Hoosiers have until October 7th to register. You can do that online. Now, if you've already registered, you can also double check to make sure it's active. Early voting here in Marion County begins October 8th at the City County Building. Additional satellite sites open up October 26th. Election Day is November 5th. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Tonight we're digging into a new report just released after a Plainfield officer hit and killed a couple while chasing a suspect. All of this happened back in August at US 40 and Smith Road. In this report, investigators say the officer hit speeds up to 100 miles per hour seconds before the crash. It also says the officer failed to drive with heightened awareness for risks. The man police were chasing was taken into custody a couple of weeks later. A man just signed a plea agreement connected to a sex trafficking operation raided here in Indianapolis in March. Alejandro Santiago pleaded guilty to 1 count of promoting prostitution. 2 other counts were dropped. He's set to be sentenced next month. Tonight, an Indiana man is charged and facing allegations that he was practicing dentistry without a license for the second time this year. This latest investigation started with a medical call over the weekend. Police tell us that led them to a mobile home park in Seymour. Officers say they found dental instruments and medications. A 31-year-old man was arrested. He was previously charged back in March. Tonight, we're getting you ready for the launch of Indigo's Purple Line. Service begins in less than 2 weeks, taking riders from downtown Indy to Fort Bend and Lawrence. Drivers will see new stoplights and reduced travel lanes. Riders can travel farther and faster. It all gets underway October 13th. Plus, you can use the MyKey app to buy your ticket right on your phone. We've got more about that. Plus, you can see a map of Purple Line right now on WTHR.com and on our 13 News app.